the show tonight, the man who has the hottest song in country music right now, Tim McGraw.
Yes.
And here's a big hit, Indian Outlaw. And I guess anything that moves this quickly up the charts, not only country charts, it's really big on the pop charts. It is bound to cause people to say some things one way or the other. And I hear that some of the Indian nations saying they don't like it, and it's what? It's degrading, or what are they saying?
There's been a few comments like that, but overall, we've had, I guess, 90% of comments from Native Americans have been positive, and there's been a few that have been negative, and you know, that's the way things go. You know, it's you can put 100 different people in 100 different rooms and get a million different interpretations about anything, and I know how I interpreted this song and how most people interpret the song that talk to me about it, and you know, all I can do is just go on my gut instincts and the way I felt when I first heard it, and that hasn't changed. And I'm still going to stand by that.
So you really didn't mean any harm by it?
Not at all. I mean, if I'd have thought that to start with, we wouldn't cut the song. And just from the feedback we've gotten from the positive feedback we've gotten from Native Americans, we've had tribes send us letters that say they love the song. It's the most requested song on their reservation and stuff like that. So, you know, whose side do you take? Do you take a bunch of people that don't like it, or you take a lot of people that do like it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just kind of have to go with your own head.
Well, let's break the tie here. We have one of our Music City Tonight singers, Guy Penrod, is Cherokee.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, Guy, does the song offend you in any way?
No, it really doesn't. You know, I think folks ought not take themselves so seriously sometimes and just have fun.
All right, well, good. I was just curious what somebody had said.
Well, I'm glad we got by that one.
Yeah, well, okay. Now, this song is one that you've done in your stage show for a number of years.
Yeah, about 4 years we've been doing it. I heard the song in '89. It was written by Tommy Barnes and Gene Simmons. And Tommy Barnes has been a good friend of mine for a long time. I thought when I first moved to town, I thought he was the best writer I'd ever heard. Of course, he was the first writer I ever heard. But I still think he's a great writer.
Quite an impression. Now, in the middle of the song, you hear a little bit of, I guess, what people might recall of the pop sound. A little bit of Indian reservation that Paul Revere and the Raiders had out, which was about 1970 or 71.
71, I believe. Something.
Yeah, now, I understand that you've been talking with Mark Lindsay about the possibility of him joining you on stage, maybe doing part of the song.
Right, Kurt's talked to him, my office, and you know, my managers have talked to him and stuff, and we've never hooked up quite, but we both want to do it, and then Mark, if you're watching, I definitely want to do it.
Well, Lorianne and I are big fans, and I think we'll cast our vote. Mark, if you're watching, team up with this guy and do that.
And Mark, Lorianne was telling me about some underwear you gave me.
No, it was. Oh, thanks, Tim.
That's what Charlie told me.
He didn't give me underwear.
I didn't say anything.
No, okay, let me tell the whole story since Tim just messed the whole thing up. I've been a big Paul Revere and the Raiders fan since I was 12, Tim. And when Mark Lindsay found out, he came on the Crook and Chase show, and he gave me this silver necklace that he used to wear in concert, which is more than you've given me, I might add. I'm just teasing you, Tim. What are you doing? I'm just teasing.
What do you have?
Oh, he really has something.
It's a necklace.
Wait.
Come on around. Come around here, sit down.
Well, now I feel like an idiot.
You guys have been a good friend of mine since the very beginning, since the first time I was on your show. So I wanted to do something to give you guys, and the single Indian Outlaw has shipped over 500,000 copies of the single, and I just wanted to present you guys with it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's very nice.
Listen, Dad. Well, now I feel bad because I talk rudely to you.
Let me point out what it says here.
That's right. You still didn't tell the story about the underwear.
That's right. Said, thanks for being a believer when believers were hard to find. Love, Tim.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's
we're
great.
Proud. We're proud to be a believer from the word go.
Well, let me tell you. Now, I've told the story before. I mean, you know, Charlie and I just don't go after believing somebody who doesn't show some talent. But Tim was on our show several different times and performed. And I remember one time you did the show with us at the Opry House.
That was a lot of fun.
And I mean to tell you, he did Indian Outlaw before we even knew it was going to be the biggest hit. And you had the people in the audience clamoring for you at the stage. So you know, pretty hot performer. So we had reason.
That was the decision that made us cut the song.
Well, now your dad, Tug, has the success and the high profile of country music brought you guys closer together? That's the way I observe it.
Well, we have a lot in common, I guess, now. More so than did. I mean, entertainment, I guess, can be carried over in athletics and professional athletics, too. So, yeah, when we talk about a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't talk about.
Well,
we talk about a lot of things.
Well, do do you think that he will give you some direction as to how to handle the huge success?
I hope not.
You hope not? Okay.
I don't want to use him as a model.
We'll get back on.
No, he does.
Himself. I know. It's good to have you here. Tim has another song from this particular album.
Not a moment too soon. This is the big album. This is #1 on the country charts right now. Indian Outlaw. Indian Outlaw is on here. And boy, a lot of other great songs. I hope that Indian Outlaw doesn't overshadow some of the other songs because you have a great package here, don't you think?
Thank you. I'm anxious to get some of them out there.
All right. Well, you'll hear one a little bit later on in the show. Tim McGraw's here. We'll have more of him just a little bit later on in the show. For now, we move on